variety in your diet, right? I think variety screws people up when they start off, because when I lost weight the first time, I was basically told what to do, which I think is the best thing when it comes to dieting. People just want to be told what to do and they'll follow it as long as it works, because you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to stress. But I pretty much chose two kinds of foods from a cookbook from Greg Doucette and Remington James. They had a couple videos on YouTube. I chose two things from them, and I made that for breakfast and then for dinner. I ate twice a day. It was high protein, moderate carb, high carb. I'd say it's a little bit, maybe like 100 more grams in carbs than I would protein, and the fat I didn't even track. I honestly didn't even know what fat was. I just thought it was just another calorie, and honestly, I thought all calories were the same except for protein. I thought protein was the only like special calorie or macronutrient. But I did that, so I didn't really have variety. I had two things. It was a protein ice cream I made with like cereal, Greek yogurt, almond milk, and then protein powder. And then for breakfast, I would have muffins that were made of eggs, bananas, Greek yogurt, protein powder, flour. So, and I felt great on that. I was losing weight. I was eating around 2,000 to 2,200 calories a day, and I was losing weight, but I didn't even think about it, right? I didn't have like this wealth of knowledge that I have now when it comes to dieting. And in some cases, I think that knowledge is actually a curse, right? So, and I think just by human nature, we get bored, right? It's like, yeah, does that diet work? 100%. But you get bored of doing that time, day in and day out. So you want to try other things. And those other things, I'm going to do a set here real quick. That, when you get bored, and you start adding in variety, it messes you up, because that variety can be calories, right? If you had to choose between chicken breast and broccoli all day, you're probably only going to eat so much chicken breast and broccoli. Now, if you have chicken breast, broccoli, and yogurt, maybe like a flavored yogurt, well, then you're adding that in. So then you're more likely to have, well, I'm gonna have my chicken breast, my broccoli, and some yogurt, right? Well, it's healthy food. Well, let's add in another one. You got a banana. So I have chicken breast, broccoli, yogurt, and banana, right? So you add those in, then you keep adding variety. Variety, when you're trying to lose weight specifically, is gonna mess you up. That's why the carnivore diet works so well. You ask everybody, what are you eating on the carnivore diet? Meat and eggs. You don't have any other variety. Yeah, you can choose like different cuts of meat, but then again, you're still only going to go for that meat that often, right? So when you add in variety to any diet, it messes you up. If your goal is weight loss, of course. If your goal is weight gain or weight maintenance, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're trying to lose weight, it is a big deal, because it's added calories that you don't need when you're trying to cut. So when you choose any diet, and I'm going to go off Mark Bell here in a second, because I think it's really good advice that he gives. Whew. If you're gonna start any diet, right, just try it out normally. Don't try to lose weight, right? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, find your favorite foods within that diet. And then if your goal is weight loss, pick those 2 favorite foods you have. So a carnivore is already pretty simple. Carnivore for me, eggs and bacon. I probably would honestly cut out the bacon some days and just do eggs because I could eat eggs every day. Ground beef, I can't eat that every day. But some sort of pork product I could eat most days, and then eggs I can eat every day. With the sugar diet, sugar fasting, I'm gonna finish this set right here. With the sugar diet or sugar fasting, find your favorite fruits, but only have 1 or 2 of them, right? For me, it's a watermelon, and I guess you could say apples. Those are my 2 favorites. So I could eat watermelon and apples all day, right? But since I'm eliminating protein and I'm eliminating fat macros, my calories are already gonna be super low. Same thing if you're doing any sort of like vegan or vegetarian diet. To lose weight, find the 2 foods that you like within that diet and just put those on your day-to-day basis to lose weight, right? Eliminate the variety if you plan to lose weight, and then have 1 day a week where it's that same diet, you're still following your same diet plan, right? Where you have variety, okay? Because it'll allow you to eat more food, but you're not gonna go off the wall, right? That's kind of like where cheat days mess people up, because it's like, I could do carnivore for a week, right? I could do carnivore for a week without feeling sort of sluggish after I have almost all the carbs wiped out of me. I could do it for about a week, right? And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have that refeed day, right? And that refeed day is not, it's everything. I usually don't have any meat or anything, but it's sweets, it's cookies, it's ice cream, it's every fat food you can imagine possible mixed with high sugar and carbs, right? That's just setting you back, right? Stick to your diet. Only have 1 to 2 things in variety. If your goal is weight loss, no matter what diet you're doing, find those 2 favorite foods. And if it's 1 favorite food, you're already in a good spot, right? Because I guarantee you, if you have a favorite food, you're not going to be able to eat it all day, right? You could do ice cream, right? Just eat ice cream all day. Yeah, that's not going to work well because it's fat, carbs, and protein. And it's mainly fat and carbs, okay? And there's nothing in it. So stick to whole foods, 1 to 2 types, whatever it is, and the weight loss will come just like that, right? You don't have to flip-flop back and forth like Cole Robinson does every month or 2 when traction starts going down and he needs to revigor people and be absolutely hilarious, which he does a good job with that. But eliminate the variety, find those 2 foods, and you'll be set up for success. And of course, weightlift. Keep weightlifting. Woo. And comment your diet below that you're doing right now. I'm interested to see what people are still doing, because welcoming of all diets, I don't understand the like diet religion where it's like my diet versus yours. That's silly. Let's see what everybody's doing and what they're doing well with.